Who said nostalgia was all warm and fuzzy? Sometimes it's buildings exploding in your face. Hey everyone, my name's James. This is G.I. Joe War on Cobra, and it is one of those strategy-like games that you can get for mobile, but populated by characters you might be familiar with if you are fans of the animated series from back in the day. So, how do you play this thing? I'm going to walk you through a few tips on offense and defense, because you do have to build your own base, in addition to... Oh dear, my tank got exploded. Oh well, luckily, I've got a lot of characters to throw down. So I'm going to chuck this vamp in here, and I'm going to also chuck down another battalion when I've got the moment. Here we go, go on, get stuck in there, boys, go on. You can't just sit back and let your energy recharge. Oh no, you have to destroy units in order to gain your charge. You can see now, I've got 7. I'm going to throw down my tank. Oh, I'm going to get in the right place first. There you go, bosh. Some games you can just sit back and relax while the energy charges to let you drop another card. Not so here. You actually have to destroy all bits on the map first, and they will generate. You can see those little red lightning bolts appearing. That's my energy. I need all of that I can get. Let's chuck Bazooka Joe down. He's a nice tank style character. Lots of energy on him and very good at the anti-aircraft stuff. Your tanks are usually your team captain. They've got a ton of health, plus a couple of other characters, and obviously the tank itself is fairly tanky. I'm going to resupply my troops because they've taken a little bit of a beating and go back to the main map. So there are single player campaign missions that I'm currently working through. You can see the ticks on here. You only get a tick once you get a full 3 stars on them. So I've just done 10 there. Let's move over to 11 and see what we've got. I've not played this before. We'll have to see how it plays out. And then we're going to take you back to the base and show you how to do defense, because it is equally important that you protect your base from other players coming over and smashing it to bits when you're not kicking around. You will come back and find, oh, my base has been attacked, and that kind of sucks. So I've unlocked a bunch of different characters here. At the moment, I've got Snake Eyes as my team captain character, but equally I can swap that with the original dude who appears. There we are, I just wanted to hit the information button. Roadblock is the guy you kind of start off with if you're playing as the Joes. You can also play as Cobra. You can swap to Cobra at any time during the game if you want to, and we're basically building up 2 forces in tandem. I'm going to stick at the moment with the squad that I've got because I quite like it. Oh, this is quite big. There's a lot going on here. All right, okay, fine. So I'm going to chuck down a few troops to draw fire first of all, and I'm going to stick my Snake Eyes character in here. He's going to charge forward because he's a lot faster than those guys and start swiping immediately. I'm also going to throw down the vamp. I can actually put characters into the vamp if I want to because it's like an APC. That does work. I'm going to chuck my battalion guys down here again because they got taken out. At the moment, I'm dealing with a lot of static troops. You can see there's 1 air unit flying around, so if I get my Bazooka Joe out, I can get him on the case and he'll hopefully, there you go, take out the aircraft, which is super useful for me. When we start getting serious, it's time to roll out the Mobat tank. Now, it's slow moving and the turret turns very slowly, but ooh, it packs a punch when it lands. I've also got these on the right hand side of the screen. I can call in aircraft support. I can also call in bombs which will freeze areas of the map. So this thing creates a temporary freeze over characters moving in the area, so they are inactive for that period. I'm going to drop some more troops here. I've gotten all caught up in chatting to you lot. You see that? I was able to drop a character into the tank. You can see them flying up as the tank explodes, and now he's popped out and he's laying waste to my enemies. I'm going to stick the battalion in here as well. So we're moving on to the next part of the map. Got a lot more to destroy because, as I pointed out the first time, you have to destroy as much as you can in order to gain your charge. You cannot just stand back and hope that the cards will recharge of their own accord. You've got to earn your re-up. I'm going to put a doctor onto the map, so the doctor will heal troops that are taking a kicking. You can see the little kind of purple, I mean, that's my purple ray gun noise, if you were wondering, to heal the boys. How are we doing? We're doing okay. I'm going to drag my character over here and put him in the tank. That's the other thing that you can do. You can take individual control of your unit. So if I tap one of the cards down here, I can go, hey, you, fire on this, the main base, for example. Which he's going to do. Look how slowly it's turning around, though. Everyone else, get on it. Attack. Well, you can't do anything. I'm going to drop my steel battalion down here, and I think we got this one in hand. I told you. Lovely nostalgic explosions. So 3 stars out of that. That gives me... Ooh, is that going to give me Storm Shadow? Could be. You do unlock new characters and new cards as you progress through the game as well. But I'm going to fly back to my base just to show you what we're dealing with here. So, on the defensive angle, you've got to make sure that you're protected. This is the base I've currently built up. My HQ is over here. I'm level 14 at the minute, but in order to make sure that all this stuff doesn't get ganked when I am not playing the game, I have to make sure that I am defended. So, as well as being able to produce troops through barracks and the locker room, and each one of these buildings and constructions allow me to, for example, generate the gems that I need in order to purchase stuff, generate oil in order to purchase things. Let me grab some more oil from over here. But that stuff can all be destroyed in a heartbeat. So, I need to produce things like... Got an anti-tank turret here, which has been leveled up to level 5. I've got my machine gun turret. I've got a flamethrower up front for troops that happen to wander through. And I've also got lots of mines. Let me tell you, landmines really do the trick. If you put a bunch and funnel them in using these tank traps, you can see here, it just forces people down a trench line so they can't just wander all over the map. And if you direct them towards your landmines, it really does the job at taking out people. Here's the squad selection area, so you can wander around through here. I've actually got some troops that I can upgrade. So, collecting cards by unlocking crates, as you would expect from a game like this. I've also got my smoke bombardment. Let's upgrade them as well. Now I've got 17 more cards to collect before I can do that again. And then you can divide the squads by their specialties. So you've got kind of aircrafts and leaders and things like that. I've chosen my kind of squad. I'm liking the ninja leader dude at the moment, but I've been using our main boy Roadblock at the moment. And if you need to know who your tanks are, what their various skills are, see, health 479 on this dude, whereas only 250 for SCARLETT. Beachhead's 300. Doc's got tons of health, but can't do any offensive. The tank, plus 769. Preposterous health, whereas Bazooka Joe, you know, not much at all, but great for the anti-aircraft. So stick him behind one of your tanks when you're going into battle, and then maybe you are in business. When it comes to actually building your areas, you need to look at both your support and your defense. So the support will give you things like the energy you need via power generators in order to power the defensive turrets. So you need to think about that and about placement. And so I've got heavy artillery here, naval mines for water use, missile turrets to take out anti-aircraft folk. In order to build these, you need oil. And the oil needs to be generated. How do you generate the oil? You need to use support stuff. So you actually have to build mineral excavators and things like that, and an oil rig in order to give you oil. So this is the balance you need to strike, because on the one hand, you need to make sure you're kicking ass on the battlefield, but if you leave this stuff unattended, then you're going to get smashed a bit when you're not here. The other thing you can do is switch. You can move from playing as Joe to playing as Cobra at the touch of a button. This is my slightly more modest Cobra base, because I haven't been playing this side as much. So that's the base, and if I jump onto the map here, you can see I've got a slightly different layout. There you go, a much smaller area of conquest and far fewer campaign missions, because I basically haven't completed anywhere near as much. So these are very early in the game levels. I can just show you what it looks like to roll in at the very start of the game. Now, you'll see via the information underneath this video that there are a couple of characters that you can get for free. This applies if you download the game for the very first time. So if you've never played this one before, let's have a look at my squad selection. See, when you start out, you only get a few cards, so your squad is fairly limited at the beginning. But if this is your first time playing the game, you'll be able to get access to one character for each of the teams, both Cobra and Joe. So go and have a look at the download page, and you will see what you will get granted. I'm going to just take out a few of these fairly rudimentary defenses at the beginning. See, this is what it looks like when someone's attacking my base, although my base is a little bit more substantial at this point. That's kind of the flavor. If you want to download the game, you can do so right now via the link below. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. G.I. Joe War on Cobra is out now for both Android and iOS. Fans of the animated series, toys, and comics will find a massive roster featuring the most beloved and infamous heroes, villains, and vehicles from the series. First, you'll choose your side, Joe or Cobra, then you'll learn to manage your base, units, and vehicles before diving into battle to put your troops to the test. There's a single-player campaign to help you reinforce your army and unlock more options, and a PvP mode to duel against other players. Download free on iOS and Android now to get 2 free characters. Check out the description below for more details.